Hello and welcome to an episode of Practical Penmanship. Today we're going to do a comparison between the extra fine nib on the Sailor 1911S and the ultra extra fine nib on the Platinum 3776. Without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? I feel that it is appropriate to use two different types of paper, this very smooth Clairefontaine paper and Staples copy paper, because when you're writing with a fountain pen, the paper you use can have a very big impact on how the pen feels in terms of smoothness and wetness. Especially with an extra fine nib, you're going to notice a pretty big variation between different paper types. I'm going to start writing with the Platinum 3776. I'm going to be quiet and let you hear what the nib sounds like on paper. Now we have our Sailor 1911S extra fine. The best way I could compare these nibs is by relating them to chocolate, wherein the platinum is like a very dark, very high cocoa content chocolate, and the Sailor is a little bit milkier and a little bit more to everyone's taste. What I mean by that is that the platinum is a little bit finer and a little bit drier and more of a specialized tool. Sailor, on the other hand, is just a little bit broader and a little bit wetter, something that I think most people would enjoy, especially if you're used to more broad Western nibs. Both of these pens are quite a bit finer than most Western nibs that you'll see. While I wouldn't say the feedback on either nib is excessive, I would say that the platinum is certainly a little bit too much for some people, I think, especially if you have a heavier hand, because it does tend to get a little bit scratchy. That isn't to say that it is scratchy if you have a lighter hand, like myself. If you're going to base your decision on the pen itself, I would say that the Sailor is just a little bit more comfortable in my hand, but this will vary due to personal preference, and I recommend trying both pens out if you can. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you next time for another episode of Practical Penmanship.